Raging Pummel is a lunge move with around 20-second recharge and does 9 damage. While being blockable, it isn't blockable from every angle. When the move slams the target onto the ground, that does 7 damage to all surrounding opponents, and when the target is thrown, it will do damage to any other opponent it hits. While not being able to hit ground opponents, it can hit airborne opponents. However, if lucky you can hit the opponent during ragdoll waking. However, since it doesn't break block, it's not a risk worth taking. This move also doesn't have a finisher. This move can be combo extended using Cleave Grasp, or ended by Dismantle. Dismantle is another lunge move that has also around 20 seconds recharge time. However, its recharge is a little slower than Raging Pummel. This move is unblockable, but blocking enemies will only take 1 damage and then ragdoll. This move can be used to lunge behind opponents and make them take the full 12 damage. This move can hit multiple opponents at a time, making it quite reliable for horde control. This move can be cancelled by an M1, which prevents you from shooting the slash, but you will still lunge. Since this move can hit ground opponents, it is a very good combo ender. This ability does have a finisher. Don't spam this ability, since it can be countered and dodged easily for a punish. Cleave Grasp is a combo extending move that has around 20 seconds recharge time. It has the shortest cooldown of all the moves, and does 5 damage. This ability is unblockable, and will always do 5 damage. Despite only doing 5 damage, its finisher will trigger when the opponent has 15 or less health remaining. This move will throw opponents farther if they aren't in ragdoll. If the opponent is in ragdoll, they will be within dash range. The grab can be missed, and the opponent will only take 1 damage from the ground being slammed. With this move, you are able to throw the target into someone else, forcing them to be knocked back and take 5 damage. This throw is very unreliable, and half the time it doesn't even work. This throw can also be blocked to prevent being ragdolled as well. Cleave Dance is a counter that has a 20-second cooldown. The counter is able to counter moves for about 1.5 or so seconds, and will stop countering things when the red lines on your character disappears. You are stunned by the move's end lag for about 1 second, meaning you are extremely vulnerable if you miss it. This move will first send opponents back, dealing 4 damage, and then if you aim it right, hit them with a 12 damage slash. This slash is unblockable no matter what, and can be redirected to hit other enemies. Like Dismantle, this move can hit multiple enemies. The finisher will always work when the target has 16 health or lower, with no need to aim whatsoever. The Awakening animation will do 12 damage in a little area around yourself. The area is extremely small, so I wouldn't recommend using it. It will also launch opponents back, but just far enough so you can't use dash right after. The Awakening animation is also blockable. Anyways, let's get into the M1S. During your Awakening, your M1S will have extra range. The only exceptions are down slam and uppercut. When you awaken, you also gain a Dismantle or ability. It does 11 damage, and does 4 if the opponent blocks. If your opponent isn't blocking, you can M1 combo right after it. However, if they were blocking, you can't. Fire Arrow, Fuga, is a 30-second recharge, AoE, ranged attack that does 45 damage. It has an airborne version that allows you to freely aim around unlike the ground version. This attack is recommended to be used after Demonic Charge, since it can be cancelled in the beginning and it has a 5-second windup. Demonic Charge is a 10-second recharge move that does 40 damage. Once at least one M1 or the ability has been landed, Demonic Charge will never miss. This is recommended because Demonic Charge has a dumb hitbox, so it's easier doing this than missing the ability. Keep in mind the Awakening lasts for 1 minute, so you will at max get 6 attempts. Carving Combination is a move that lasts for around 10 seconds, and has a 10-second recharge after you finish the move. It does 45 damage at best if you land every slash, and after the ability lands you can easily land a domain expansion. Not that the domain isn't easy to land already. This move isn't blockable in any segment, and is good for chasing after someone. Not to mention the fact that it will shred any building and road in its way. Finally, the domain expansion. It usually lasts for 15 seconds, but will break faster depending on the amount of people there is in the domain, the amount of health you have, and if there's someone else outside disturbing it. This domain is a free 99% damage, and no matter what will not kill anybody on its own. Blocking the domain will only make you take 15% damage, but it's extremely easy to apply pressure in this domain, so they won't have many chances to block.